Okay, cool. Salutations to the primes. Peace to everybody that's going to come in the building. 747, 24/7, 361 degrees. I love y'all. Let's do some invites, some shares. Let's get the party started. I got a couple things I want to talk about today or tonight. It is what it is. Hopefully y'all can hear me loud and clear. Everything is cool. I got something good to talk about today. All right. Peace and love. Family. What's up, y'all? Peace and love to the family. Peace to everybody in the YouTube. Peace to everybody in the Facebook. Like I said, I love and appreciate everyone. So, wow. I know this one ain't going to be that popular, but this is going to be some real stuff that I got to say to y'all. All right. Some real stuff I'm going to talk to y'all about tonight. Peace to Healing Shadows in the building. That's cool, man. All right, so y'all know we just had a baby on Thursday. Let me cut this down real quick. Y'all know we just had a baby on Thursday. My son, Lamel Messiah Rodriguez. I'm really happy, y'all. I'ma say that I'm really happy. Yeah, man, I'm happy. I am 43 years young, and me and my wife, we just had a beautiful son on Thursday. So I wanna say I'm proud of her, yo. Just before we move forward, I'm gonna say I'm really proud of her for carrying life for so long and preserving life as well. So I definitely want to give her thanks. Okay. It definitely wasn't easy. I'm gonna say that. It was a journey the whole way. Man. And I'm glad that we made it through and that my son made it through safe. He's healthy. He has no blemishes on him at all. He doesn't even have a birthmark or a mole. That was fascinating. If you're in the YouTube, also, can you please give the video a thumbs up? I'm going to give y'all a little story today. I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me. Maybe something might happen to you. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. What I'm going to talk to y'all about tonight is just like, it's going to be some knowledge. I'm going to drop some knowledge, but I'm going to give you more or less of an experience that you can get knowledge from as well. All right. So, like I said, recently, we just had a baby on the 16th. All right. On the 16th, it was actually 2/3 16 in the codex that he was born. All right. For everyone that follows the codex calendar, the age of new information, that charts off the body of the Messiah. All right. It was actually 2-3-16. But what I want to talk to y'all about tonight is hospitals, man, and the experience that some of us are experiencing when they go to these institutions. I wouldn't even say some of us, I would say all of us. And in that same light, is we are receiving the same treatment when we go to these institutions. All right. Peace, King. So, you know, my thing is this: we do got to build up structures, medical structures, for everybody that is conscious. You know, we got to figure out a way to come together as a conscious community and build a medical facility. Forget everything else. I mean, you can do the God thing and everybody can do whatever they want to do and believe in whatever they want to believe in. But I think the common denominator of a lot of conscious people is the fact that we all want to be healthy. We all want to have healthy children. And we just want to live the best productive life that we can. All right. But thank you, Queen. Yes, we had the baby on Thursday. I'm talking about my experience. Our experience, not just my experience. So let me go on to talk about this stuff. All right. And I'm gonna give y'all a warning, yo. I'm gonna give you a warning. Whether you know it or not, when you go into these institutions, you are actually making a deal with the devil. I don't care how you see it, how you think about it, or how you try to move away from that particular point of view. I'm gonna tell you, real talk, you are making a deal with the devil. And what's a shame to say is that we all have made a deal with the devil, whether we know it or not. We have all placed ourselves in a non-hospitable situation. The word hospital comes from the word hospitable. To welcome one, you know, with open arms in a certain way, with relief, with kindness, gentleness, as well as healing. But like I said, man, when you go into these institutions, it's a money thing, whether you know it or not. Especially for pregnant women. Oh my gosh, that's the biggest money venture that the hospital has, besides cancer patients. I'm gonna keep it real. Yo. The biggest money scheme in a hospital is cancer and freaking giving birth to babies. All right. So now we get into the moral of the story. So my wife was going to doctor appointments, you know, regular doctor appointments or whatever. Every time she went to the doctors, guess what they told her? Yo, you need to have a cesarean section. Imagine that. Man, she said, man, I'm stopped going to these people. They keep on telling me I gotta get cut open. All right. So moving forward, she goes into labor. Okay, boom. Yo, guess what, yo? They get more money for C-sections. I know that. They keep you longer in the hospital. They cut you open, mess you all up for life. And I'm going to say probably 70% of the cases, maybe 80, maybe even more. If they say 20, look, they gave her a number, 97 people make it, but 3 don't make it. Like, they give you a number like that. So it's a 97% chance that they, this is the stuff that is blowing my mind. It's a 97% chance that she can make it without having her cervix rupture. And freaking, they telling her, man, you should just get a C-section. Like, what type of game is that? Imagine if you get 8 different people, yo. Peace to my queen. Yeah, look at this. I see you in here. I see you in here, Thea. Peace, queen. Listen. So anyhow, like I said, imagine if you got 8 different people coming to you like, yo, you gotta get us, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you saying in your mind, nah, I don't gotta do that, my body don't feel like that. What are you trying to do to me? You try to convince, like whether y'all know it or not, when y'all go into these places, they're practicing witchcraft. I'm telling you. That's why I said, man, listen, we all made a deal with the devil, whether we want to admit it or we don't want to admit it. We're gonna say, man, that ain't the devil, man. Man, listen, I'm telling you, these people are the devil, yo. Peace to Sister Jordan. What's up? Peace to Sister Gloria. Peace, Queen. All right, but imagine you got 7 or 8 different doctors come to you and say, peace, Sister Kenya, come to you and say, yo, look, listen, you got to get a cesarean section. You like, what? But they say, they give you this ratio, 90 out of 100 people, 3 people get their freaking cervix ruptured. But they're not basing it on physiology. They're not basing it on you. They just basing it on a freaking number, or they're not basing it on your physiology. You in particular. All right. So I'm like, we both questioning the whole thing. So guess what we do? I'm saying this is a lesson for all of y'all to learn about patience in a certain way, yo. Guess what we did? We was patient. We was so patient to the point that they like, man, you can get this done now. We can schedule you to be like, man, look, listen. But imagine if one person after one person after one person after one person come in and they sit down with you. Yo, let me tell you something. Don't believe smiling faces, yo. Please don't believe smiling faces. Yo, one of the key things about these people, and it's like the master manipulator plan. This is the master manipulator plan. That's why I say y'all got to pay attention to things, yo. Listen. Y'all think the devil, when the devil comes to y'all, really comes to y'all hardcore to really get y'all to sign on a dotted line or do anything, because that's all he wants you to do is sign your nature, signature, sign your nature, signature, sign your nature. You feel me? That's all he does. He wants anyway, is that you on a dotted line just committing to something, anything. All right. So you got to be patient and you got to be like, hold up. It's like, imagine this, when you go buy a car. You know, when you go buy a car, you got this big ass fucking, excuse my language, you got this big joint where it got a whole list of like the whole contract, and you like, and it's pages of this, and you get a car, you like, man, I just want the car. Nobody in their right mind, being in labor, you know, having a child or whatever like that, drugged up, can sign a contract. That doesn't make no sense. But they rush you to look, yo, listen. You can sign right here. So pay attention to this, all right? Because it's a whole lesson to be learned in this. And one of them is patience, man. That's why I carry the turtle on me, yo. I carry the turtle on me to remind me of patience, because a lot of people are scared to deal with it. And the reward for patience, for all y'all people that want glitter and gold, let me tell you something. The reward for patience is just more patience. So sorry. Y'all only getting more patience when y'all conquer patience in a certain way. All right. So I need y'all to understand, understand, overstand, and solar stand that. All right. So, like I said, just being observant and watching what's going on, we seeing it was a plot for money, a total plot for money. All right. And as we move forward, like I said, we was patient. It took a day, but he was born at the right time, in the right moment. All right. And guess what? She pushed him out. She pushed him out by the will and power of the love that she had inside of her. She pushed the child out. Our child, our son. That's a testimony, man. That's a testimony of having faith in yourself. Of having a lot of faith in yourself, yo. Not only that, I was there to support her. And when you have a person supporting you as well, it makes it that much a cushion for certain situations. And I want y'all to understand, we all going through certain things where we need support, a supporting cast in order to make these things manifest that we have inside our minds and our hearts. All right. So I got something for y'all. All right. That I want to share with y'all. A couple things, couple meanings. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all, I look at, remember I told you, I said, man, I look at all these institutions, they really like the devil. You say, well, why you deal with the devil? Man, we all have to deal with the devil. The devil rules this world. It's his world in some form or fashion. Keep it real. All right. But if you want to get real spooky with it, I ain't going to say like a guy with a pitchfork. I'm going to just say, considering the oppositional force. That's what I consider the devil to be. An oppositional force in some form or fashion. All right. He's not scary to me. He's just a challenge. All right. That I'm going to conquer in any way that he come at me. All right. That's the God in me. And hopefully you can see the God in you that can do the same thing. All right. But let me just share some thoughts with y'all real quick. All right. So, like I said, these institutions are like Satan or the devil, right? But you know, Satan resides in a place called what we consider to be hell. All right. But he's not the ruler of hell. It's somebody else that is the ruler of hell. Okay, he's just not the ruler of hell. He's just one type of character in the midst of many type of characters. Okay, Satan, I told you, he's the oppositional force, or she, or whatever you want to deem it to be. It's the oppositional force. All right, so now we got the head of hell, or this place where Satan or the oppositional force resides, and the head or king of these beings is a being called Molech. All right, and curse him to the day he curses himself on and on again. All right, however you want to say that. But listen, this guy Molech, and it's just another force. Don't get too spooky with it. This guy Molech is actually where they get the word molestation from. Molech, molestation. They get that same word from that. But Molech is not just, see, molestation means to touch in an inappropriate manner. And a lot of y'all just don't know, your mind has been touched, and your soul and your spirit has been touched in an inappropriate manner by a being or a creature or an entity force called Molech. All right. Now, let me share something with y'all. Like if you go into Leviticus 18, this is 18 and 21. I'm gonna put this in the comment section for y'all, and I'm gonna share it. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21, right? It says this. It says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. This is an easy one. Check this out, right? Yo, from the first thing I said, it's in, hold up, let me put this. It's Leviticus. Let's do the numbers, y'all. Come on, let's do the numbers. My fault. It's in Leviticus 18 and 21. What's so significant about that number for everybody that studies the Messiah code? What's so significant about Leviticus 18:21 when you look at the number? And then when you look at the message, it says this. It says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of God, thy God, your God. I am the Lord. Peep this out, right? Now, it was in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21. Well, when you come from a man to adulthood, or a woman into adulthood, 18 or 21, right? Okay. So you see, like, damn, okay, 18 and 21, you're right. I come into adulthood at 18 or 21. So that's why the message was, don't give your seed, your children, over to the fire of Molech. Now, what is the fire? Let's go. Let's break this down. Because anytime when you look up fire in a certain form of fashion, like for instance, like freaking Prometheus. I put this in the comment. Like Prometheus, for instance, and I don't believe in no Greek gods or nothing like that. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? This sharing the thought with y'all. All these concepts come from ancient times. All right. When you look at fire, fire was always a form of technology. It always represented technology. All right. This is just tapping into the Greek mythology, but we going back to Ra, and we going back to the intellect of what Ray represents. And I ain't even going to deal with Egypt, because that ain't even my forte. I deal with the codex. Just letting y'all know that. All right. But just breaking this stuff down, the fire represents intellect. It represents when the fire of your thought sparks in a certain sort of way. And that's why fire was given to man. It was like, even when you look at these computers, it's a form of fire technology. Fire has always been represented technology. So when you go back to that verse, Leviticus, you go back to Leviticus 18:21, you're tapping into something else that's a message for the future, or for the message of now. Because like I said, man, all these just an archive. Like the Bible is a biblos. It's just an archive of various different things that happen and will happen, and that is happening. All right. It's a story that happens over and over again. Is it 66 books only in particular? No, because the biblos actually means the records. Now, when they talk about Bible in particular, Bible is a coined word. Like I said before in another video, it is a book to represent authority over a certain artistic or spiritual form. So, like, come on, the real Bible is every record that we have, every record that can be jotted down. A part of the archive is the Bible. That is the Bible. Just telling you, so you know, so you understand the complexity of how reality is, so you can grip it. All right. And stop getting caught up in religion in a certain sort of way, because that is an expression of how you have your experience with that universal force. All right. And everybody expresses it in different colors. All right. And some colors can't even be expressed with the colors that are seen to man. All right. But bringing this back to fire. Fire represents technology. All right. Fire represents a portion of technology that we receive, and that's why it says this in Leviticus. It says, yo, it says, don't give your children over to what? To the fire of Molech. Now you thinking like the fire, like fucking fire, like no, it wasn't fire. Like even though in some cases they burnt their children over and gave it to this god Molech. All right, no, listen, it's a whole nother situation in these days and time. All right, that fire represents technology. That fire represents a form of knowledge or information that you, or not just knowledge, information. I want to say that because it's not that. It is the technology. Let me say that. It is the technology. Now, going back to Molech, well, what is Molech in these days and times? Yo, Molech actually proceeds over music. I'm gonna tell you that. You say for real? They like this is where you get the legends from, where they say, man, the devil was one of the most beautifulest angels. No, it's not the fact that the devil was the most beautiful, one of the most God's most beautiful angels. No, it's the fact that music is the most beautiful expression that the universe has. So it is an angel because an angel is maluk. Maluk, the same word, malak, malak, malak. An angel is maluk, maluk, which means what? To send a message. It means to give a message. That's what Melech means, or it can mean king. But that's where you get the Molech. You get another light of the word, a degenerate of the word Malik, or the word Malek to Molech. Like he's the king of what? He's the king of what? He's the king of this world, right? And fire is his domain. Technology, yo. And the thing about it is he got people that work for him, like Satan, that make you sign contracts, that make you sign different things when you feeling like your back is against the wall. And he's just signing things. Like I said, man, this is some real games that they playing with you. And what's so deep about it is you go back in the Bible, and like I said, I don't look at the Bible as some old sect type of information. I just look at it as an archive in a certain way. I'm just telling you, you can deal with it however you want to deal with it. All right. But in the codex, this is what it is. All right. But I looked up the pharmakia meaning. Like when you look, Peace King, I'm really going hard on here, yo. Like rewind this video, play it back, play it back, play it back, and play it back again. All right, listen, hear me out. All right, like pharmakia. All right, it is a known word. When you go into Galatians 5:19, they use the word pharmakia. Now, pharmakia, you say pharmacy. That's the word pharmacy. Okay, I know that. Like people think they know that, but you really don't know it. Now, when you talk about this, real talk, listen, it says, I'll go into Galatians 5:19 and I'll read it. Let me see if I can pull this up. I got y'all. Galatians 5:19. Anyhow, like I was saying, let me see if I can look this up and read it. I'm gonna read a new international version. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with it. All right, y'all can go back King James. Y'all can do whatever. All right, I'm just gonna give y'all a general idea of this. All right, but I'm gonna put this in the comment section for y'all. All right, it says this: the acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, and witchcraft, hatred. Now, witchcraft is the word that right there is for pharmakia. All right, let me put this in the comment section for you. Bang. All right. Now, witchcraft is put there, but it shouldn't even be witchcraft at all. It should be. I'm gonna tell you what it should be. The distribution of drugs. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, pharmakia should not be, when they say, "Oh, the acts of the flesh are obvious: immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry." It should be like, in the distribution of drugs. Real talk. Because if you don't get it, they utilize this same thing, this same rule in the Bible to lock you up. They utilize that same rule in the Bible to lock people, brothers up on the corner, or what they say was, or brothers just riding by they dirty, whatever. They locked you up with the same rule that was in the Bible. Yo, look at this. I'm gonna tell you this. Real talk. It shouldn't be witchcraft when they say that, because they use the word pharmacy. And the same, when you update the word pharmakia, you updated the pharmacy, which is the distribution of drugs. Like, whether you know it or not, why do they give you the medicine instead of giving you the cure, when knowing half the times they got the illness? Somebody put the answer to that in the comment section and share the video while you at it. Why do they give you the medicine instead of the cure, when they know 80% of the time they got the cure? You tell me. If you can tell me the answer, let me know right now. I just got an inbox. Somebody inbox me. Yo. Doctors, witches, sorcery, pharmacy. Peace and power, Queen. How are you? I'm really talking about a controversial issue right now. All right. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret that might not be a secret. Listen. The devil always mixes a lot of truth in his little bit of lies, or the reverse around, or the devil mixes truth in his lies. How you want to accept that, in the measure of however you want to accept it. Trust me, yo. The devil will always mix a little bit of truth in his lies, yo. It's up to you to decipher what is needed for yourself. So I'm sharing something with y'all of power, yo. Look, listen. I broke this down. I started this off with talking about how the doctors was pressuring my wife, how they wanted her to have a cesarean section on some old bull crap. It was pressuring her to have a cesarean section, like multiple doctors, when she didn't even need one. Facts. She said, man, it really was easy. I can't believe it. I really wish I would have did it 2 times before like that. Imagine that. Imagine they tell a woman 2 times that she needs a cesarean section, and she gets one, because the pressure, being young and not knowing certain things about herself. Ain't that some deep stuff? But I brought this forward to talk about how fire, just reviews, so y'all can know what I'm talking about. How fire actually represents technology, And I was talking about how the fact that what we consider to be these places that are hospitable, they're not hospitable at all. All right. They actually work for a creature or a being or a force inanimated or animated in your life called Molech. All right. Which is the king of molestation. And molestation just simply means to touch somebody inappropriately. And now, like I said, y'all think of touching somebody like freaking, like really touching somebody that's inappropriate. No, we have all been touched with our minds inappropriately by Molech. For instance, it's a lot of us seeing things that we shouldn't seen when we was young. Say it ain't so. We seen things, we was in a place that we shouldn't have been at, or we was like, and we was exposed to things that we shouldn't have seen at a young age. And that right there was Molech. That was the fact when you got molested, or you got molested, or moleked, or however you want to describe the word. So I'm trying to tell you, he's the ruler of this world. You say for real, of this world, because this world in a certain way has become something where people, they move more towards materialistic things instead of I'm gonna say what has real value, not just intrinsic value. I'm talking about real value. You know, you worth your weight in gold. If you want to measure something, that's crazy, Queen. That is not good. But I'm telling you, when you go and I took y'all to Galatians 5:19, I broke it down too. Talking about when they talk about I didn't get to debauchery, idolatry. I didn't get into all of that. I ain't feel like debating y'all on these various different matters, because it doesn't really matter to me. The subject at hand, follow the narrative, is that they replace witchcraft. They put witchcraft in Galatians 5:9, but actually it's 5:20 when it starts off. But yeah, 5:20. That's what Galatians 5:20. Excuse me. Yo, they use the word witchcraft instead of using the distribution of narcotics. Thank you, Queen. I'm so happy. I feel so good to have a baby, new baby. I'm telling you, I feel like a new guy again. Like I'm 20s again. I ain't gonna lie to you, for real. And she's home. Man, I ain't gonna tell you about that story. How they was giving us all this hell just to go home. 8 o'clock at night. No, we ain't leave there till it's 9 o'clock. Imagine that. You say, yo, y'all must have been fighting to get out there. Yeah, they try to do everything to keep my son in there. On some dumb shit. On some real dumb shit. And these people, let me tell you something. These people, they smiling in your face. Do not trust them. Do not trust people at all. Especially if you're thinking outside of the box. Like, man, I'm not naming my child right now. No, I'm not signing Social Security. No, I'm not signing that shit. No, I'm not doing it. You mean you gonna walk out here with your baby like with just this? Yes, I am. Like, oh, for real? Oh, they gonna give you a little situation. You be like, man, sometimes they'll find different weird reasons to try to keep you in there. Especially if you're outside the box. I'm just letting you know. Just keeping it real. And you got to be powerful to take your stance. You got to be powerful and strong enough to take your stance on reality, man. You say, I'm looking into being a doula. Oh, that's what's up, Shannon. They have saved the placenta. I have the placenta. We are going to do a ceremony. They let me out so late. I couldn't even do the ceremony tonight. I could go buy a evergreen tree. That's what I'm doing with my placenta. All right. It's going to grow, and it's going to be a biological tree that's going to be connected to him for the rest of his life. He's going to know, and it's going to not only be It's going to heal him. That tree is going to heal him. Anytime he goes to that tree, he's going to be able to heal himself, because it's going to be biologically connected to him. And you try to debate me against that. Find a study where somebody did it. I bet you can't, except for if they was in some form of native situation. You can't find studies that do shit like that, where people mix the placenta with a freaking tree. The tree grow would be an evergreen, big, husky tree. You don't know if that tree will heal him when he goes back to the tree, since it's biologically connected to him. Come on, man. I need y'all to pay attention. Thank you, my queen. For real. I'm telling you, I really need y'all to pay attention. So yes, we got the placenta. And yes, they try to delay us as much as they could. My thoughts is that they trying to delay it so we can't keep the placenta's freaking DNA alive in a certain way. That's my thoughts, if you want to be personal about it. They want to keep us there so we can sign paperwork, so to sign his nature over. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, real, you shouldn't freeze your placenta. You got to keep it at a certain temperature where you don't damage the life cells in it. I'm going to keep it real. You shouldn't freeze your placenta. You should keep it at a temperature where you are, where the life is just kept alive in a certain way. All right. But yeah, we're going to do a ceremony for him tomorrow. All right. I'm going to plant a tree, and we're going to say some good words, and we're going to have some good people around. You know what I'm saying? But every father should do that with their children. We should do it while the mother is not there, to be honest. While she's getting healed up and she has a baby, we should be doing that by ourselves as men. I'm gonna keep it real. You're not really supposed to have a whole bunch of people around. It's supposed to be you, your son, and the tree, and you connect up, and then you just, you know what I'm saying? You might not have damaged it. I'm gonna keep it real. You might not have damaged it, but it's not wise to freeze your placenta. It's wise to keep it at a like a refrigerated type of situation, where it's just whatever, and it don't go into rigor mortis or any type of rigor mortis. You know what I'm saying? Any type of mortis. My fault. Not just rigor mortis, because I might be mistaken. It's mortis. When the stuff starts getting stiff and stinky, it's mortis. There's various type of mortis. So yeah, but I shared some real light with y'all, man. I shared some love with y'all as well, and I gave you a little personal look into just my family situation and challenges that present. But you know, as a template design of messiahs of the future, man, we gotta persevere through all these challenges. I'm gonna tell you, as messiahs, we gotta yeah, I mute that. You gotta mute it. We gotta persevere through every challenge. You know what I'm saying? We really do. And it's a blessing that we have, you know, just to connect thoughts. So I want y'all to look at this as a testimony of our experience. I want y'all to learn from it. You know, don't just rush into any decision. Take your time, and then work on having some form of supporting cast. When you're going through various different challenges, you need good people around you. good people with real love. All right, because teamwork makes the dream work. All right. So that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. I'm gonna say thank you to everybody that supported. I really appreciated y'all. I really had to share some good feelings, some good thoughts. You said I want to open a wellness center for families with a doula and natural nutrition as a basis. No hospital needed. You know, I would like this. What I said earlier. I'm gonna say this again before I get off. Yo, look, listen. I was talking about all the people of the conscious community. What we should, well, do is create a hospital. I mean, it's thousands of people that are conscious. It's no reason why we can't create our own hospitals. We are so conscious. Y'all are so conscious. Everybody here probably see this video. Look, I'm gonna include myself in this, right? We're so conscious, right? But we allow the devil to give birth to our children. We allow the devil to marry us. We allow the devil to bury our dead. Say we don't. How many conscious people you know wholeheartedly have a ceremony where they have a marriage? Not that many. A big ceremony. Not that many. Very few, unless they related to certain customs, like Hebraic customs or whatever, Islamic customs. I'm talking about conscious people that's not related to none of these religions. Okay, it's something to ponder on and think about. But I'm gonna tell you something to ponder on and think about. As conscious people, why are we allowing the devil to bury our dead? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people or whatever to bury our dead instead of us bury our own dead. And then I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, man, your home should be a grave site. You say, really? It should be a living site and a grave site. You say, what, Lamel? Facts. That is a fact. Like, when you do bury, you're supposed to bury your dead on your own land. You say, well, why would you bury your backyard, Lamel? Why would you bury your own family members in your backyard? I want y'all to listen and hear me out. Because that way they can never take your land from you. My question is this. For all the people that are sovereign and practice sovereignty, first thing you should do is acquire land. Yeah. But when your family members pass, guess where you're supposed to put them? In your back or front yard. So when you walk up, you see that remains is still there in some form or fashion. You say, for real, Lamel? Yeah, you're supposed to turn your living quarters into also a grave site, because they don't move grave sites. Great, they don't move grave sites, man. Y'all hear me? Somebody hearing me? Somebody listening? Somebody know what I'm talking about? All right. Through the course of this adventure, you're going to deal with so many things, right? Many challenges, just various different things that's going to be adverse to your goals. All right. What you are going to have to do is just endure. To keep it real. Just endure and accomplish what that's set in your mind. Because water can cut through rock. And look how soft water is. It can cut through solid rock. Water can. And so can you. All right. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, man. And I've really spoke my mind, my heart on here. And the spirit of how I really feel things. I really shared some light. And hopefully it inspired a couple people to do something else. Right? Kum. Salutations to the prime. Peace to everybody that supported. All right. I really appreciate y'all. Shout out to my son, Lamel Messiah Rodriguez. Definitely, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I bless this day, man, and I bless the day he was born. Real talk. With me speaking on this, I really give blessings to it. And I speak power over it for all eternity. All right? So, salutations to the prime. Peace to everybody that knows what it is.